There's really only two main ways that gaslighting can be effective on you, right? And I want you to be aware of these. I need you to be aware of these so that you don't wind up in a situation where you're being manipulated, being taken advantage of, and you can't really see it. And you wind up getting a really, really unhealthy resultant experience, right? But the first way is when you do not have a sense of confidence, trust in yourself and your decision making abilities. When you have too many insecurities about believing in you, no sense of certainty, right? That says, I can trust that I have good enough discernment, right? Because this is a manipulator, a gaslighter's wheelhouse, right? Someone that does not have full confidence in their own processing abilities and feeling like they're not crazy for emotions that they feel and stuff like that. Man, that's a playground for a manipulator, someone that likes to gaslight, because now they can bend you to their will because their confidence in themselves is way stronger than yours, and they're really good at convincing you that yours is too weak and they're there to help you and you should trust and lean on them, right? So they can gain control and feel self-validation for themselves, right? I don't want you to be in that position. This is why I stress before you go getting into committed relationships, getting back out there and trying to really find that person that you want to love on and they love on you and all that stuff. Heal those past wounds, right? Take care of the baggage, become healthy and whole. Don't go with someone that you feel, oh, they're going to help complete me, or I feel like someone I've never been before because of this person. No, you should feel like the awesome you before them, and they should maybe help you be a better you, but you shouldn't feel like, oh, I've never been treated this way. And you're feeling like full of life now because they're giving you the spaces, filling in the gaps that you haven't filled in for yourself. Right. See, whenever you start to build that trust in yourself, that's called certainty and self reassurance, to where you're not questioning when your emotions are feeling triggered a certain way if you're crazy or not. You know you're not. So when they try to tell you something didn't happen, your flag's gonna go up and say something's up with this person versus doubting yourself because you're like, well, I did get told I was crazy a lot in my past and my past relationships, my past exes, and I do overreact. And you start doing all this confirmation building that you actually should not trust yourself versus having absolute clarity that no, I know what I'm talking about for me. But you have to go on a self-discovery mission for that. And you have to really build understanding of what your strengths are, what knowing the answers for yourself does look like, and then putting it to practice, going to go do things to build confidence that, yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. So you can see some results to reflect that belief in yourself that you want to have, right? The second big way gaslighting works on you is a lack of boundaries. And really, the lack of boundaries kind of stems from that lack of belief in yourself. If you don't believe that you are valuable enough and worth it enough and worthy enough and so deserving of immense love and respect and all those things, then you're not going to take the time to create boundaries effectively, first off. And even if you did, you wouldn't stand on them because you don't believe in your own worth, and that is paramount and that you deserve to stand on them, to where you'll let someone step those boundaries. You'll feel bad about it. Maybe you feel like you'll be left, or you feel like you're being a bad person because you're not clear on who you are and what works and does not for you. So I need you to get clear on what is healthy for you, what is not, what feels good, what does not, and why. Articulate your why. Never try to set a boundary that you don't have a deeper why meaning for it. And when we say why, the why is, why if this line is crossed me, if this boundary is violated, I won't be good anymore. I won't be in a good physical, mental, or emotional space, right? I'll be robbed in that way because you need those things to be a healthy individual. You deserve to be healthy. So I need you to get clear on what are the things, the do's and the don'ts for me. And when I articulate them to my partner, I stand on it because without this being respected, I'm not good for them. And if they want to be a good person, they're not going to be living in who they want to be. So it's good for both of us, right? But you have to build that sense of self reassurance in yourself first, and then set those boundaries later and then stand on them. And that means you got to get rid of the fears that, oh, if I do stand on them, I might be left, or you know, no one's gonna want me, or oh my gosh, I might be just cutting out options in my life because there's already not a lot of people that want to date me, and all these other things we tell ourselves. And so you go ahead and you let someone overstep a boundary to keep them in your life, even though it does not feel good in your fibers and your being. But you only allow that because you haven't gotten clear on a deeper reason as to why it's essential that that boundary must be stood on, right? If you don't have emotional tie or tether to you well enough, you're going to let things like that keep going on and going by and all that stuff. And that is a playground for someone that gaslights, because they can keep on overstepping. They can keep control. They can keep on just puppeteering you. We don't want people puppeteering you. Don't ever allow that. Right. So if you need help building that type of autonomy for yourself and reassurance in your boundaries to stand on them and how to stand on them, reach out to me for coaching. Even if you don't come to me for coaching, go get therapy, go counseling, whatever it is. But if you come here to me, we're going to get to the work and get to some goal-oriented results. I want you to thrive. But like I always say, don't reach out to me if you're not serious. If you don't want to put the work in, don't do it. But I'm always here to help you get across the finish line, because I never want you to be in a situation where you're being manipulated and getting an experience that's deserving anything less than the love that you are deserving of. You should only get the love you're deserving of. Let's get it.